they didn't have to say much. This is the Raiders, you know. This is one of the most historic, franchises in the NFL with a great history that I want to be a part of. I want to be a part of furthering that history. When you say commitment to excellence, okay, and you look at the walls around here, you look at the players on this wall, and there's a history. There's a history of Hall of Fame players here. There's a history of Super Bowls, and that's that.
And with all this situation and all this shit I went through, the biggest thing that I took from it is I don't give a what everybody has to say. Truly, I really don't give a.
Play clock down to 1. Williams batted up in the air, and it is picked. Crosby. He has been a beast.
I do believe that this is a game psychologically of intimidation and of fear. I don't mean cowardly fear, but fear.
Well, the Chargers and all those teams. To be honest, I don't like any of them. I hate all teams.
The other team's quarterback must go down, and he must go down hard.
But the Chargers.
What I call the vertical game. We were going to stretch the field vertical. When we came out of the huddle, we weren't looking for first downs. We didn't want to move the chains. We wanted touchdowns. We wanted the big play, the quick strike. It's number one to say you want to do that. It's number two to say that you have the players to do it, but it's number three to do it. Hard. Try not to make mistakes, but don't worry about mistakes because there's only one thing that counts. Just win.
Your commitment to excellence and your will to win will endure forever. You were magnificent.
Yo, what is going on, Raider Nation, man? Pull up a chair in the lounge with RaiderBen. I appreciate y'all for pulling up. As always, man, you guys know what time it is, bro. It's always love. Make sure you guys work your way in, man. You guys hit that like button. You feel me? I had to clean my lighting up a little bit today. This morning, I was having a little bit of issues with the lighting, and the camera wasn't looking great. You feel me? But I think it looks a lot better now. You feel me? We tried to do a live stream this morning, and the entire time we tried to do the live stream, bro, we was sitting there watching that goddamn logo just spin and spin and spin and spin, bro. And I was about goddamn tired of watching that spinning logo, you son of a bitch. I had about enough of that. I don't know what it is with the Raiders, and since these motherfuckers went to Vegas, they have like the worst press conferences of all time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm already not really fucking with the press conferences. I really didn't really watch them in Oakland either. But bro, the ineptitude of the PR team of setting up these press conferences and not having anybody even ready, bro. Like, dudes are over here having press conferences with people while the entire media is waiting for a press conference, bro. All in all, bro, I think it's stupid. You feel me? That it's a waste of everybody's time. If you're not ready to start the presser, then just don't start the presser, bro. You don't have, it's not like people are holding a gun in your head, bro. You gotta start it. You gotta start it. Wait till everybody's ready, bro. Like, I was sitting there waiting forever. I'm like, all right, bro, Nakobe Dean's gonna talk at some point. All right, bro, Nakobe Dean's gonna talk at some point. And Nakobe Dean never gets to talking. You feel me? We're already like an hour in, bro. I was an hour into the stream, bro. And we had like only heard like the special teams guy, or no, the offensive line coach, Rick Dennison, talk. That's the only dude that we heard talk, bro. It's like people really, and the ineptitude of some of the people that be in the comment section, bro, just bashing, bro. Hondo, people genuinely do not like that man. I don't know what it is. I know he's got terrible takes, but bro, he's got some real, like, people genuinely don't like him at all. Like, I've seen some people in that chat just giving him all kinds of shit, talking all kinds of shit about him. We posted some shit this morning, some weird shit that Hondo had did in the past, but I pulled it down. I didn't want no I didn't need no flags or no weird shit, so I pulled it down. But nah, man, nonetheless, time is money, guys, and them sitting up there making us waste our fucking time, bro, while they wait for their people to get to the fucking to the podium, bro, is ridiculous. So shout out to you guys, man, as always. Hope you guys enjoy the little room we got set up. You feel me? I had to set up a little room type shit for the show. You feel me? Got my little desk. I got me a little desk set up. You know what I'm saying? I do a little cool shit with the room. You feel me? I had to get let's set up like a coach's office. You feel me? They give me a little beer can. Give me like a beer can. I'm gonna set it right there. You feel me? So, anyways, chat. Let's see what you guys are talking about. We're gonna go over that press conference again. I do want to listen to Nakobe, see what he had to say. Quiddy Pay. See what we got in the chat, man. We got Anthony Estrada. What up with you, brother? We got Bruce Willis. What up with you, gang? Saludos, Bruce Willis. Raider Knight, you son of a bitch.
Like, son of a bitch.
Like, son of a bitch. Come on already, bro. What up, Arnie? What's up, everybody?
Get the fuck out of here!
That's what I be thinking sometimes, bro. Like, bro, get the fuck up out of here with that shit, man. Should be crazy, bro.
2 hours later.
What else we got here by it? Appreciate y'all. Appreciate you guys, man. So we'll go over. Listen here, you son of a bitch. Ben is live, bro. Type shit. Type shit, bro. Type shit, gang. You guys double tap that screen, bro. Not what I said. Anyways. So it started as soon as the presser started. That's what's crazy, bro. I already knew as soon as I started that shit up, it was gonna end, bro. Jason Marshall, what up with you, brother? Always a pleasure. Nice to see you. Oh. Arnie, what's up, Arnie? Arnie pulling up in the lounge. What, Benter? Have a seat in the office. Office time, man. With RaiderBen in the lounge. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. What up, we the people? What's up, gang?
Here comes the money.
I think somebody just broke my window out, though. Hey, who's back there throwing fucking baseballs and shit in the house? You damn it. Broke the shit.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
So Arnie has a question. He said, question, who are your dogs in training camp and who are your turds in training camp? Thus far, Rock Bauer's a dog. You feel me? Kirk Cousins been out there slinging the rock, bro. He looks good. You know what I'm saying? I'd throw him out there in that dog. You feel me? Who else did I put out there? Josh, I was about to say Josh, because Ashton Genty been out there frying. You feel me? Those are a couple. Obviously, Max Crosby's gonna do his thuggy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, there's actually the turds though, bro. Like turds, I don't know, bro. I don't know. There really hasn't been anybody completely stinking up camp. Pretty much been mixed reviews across the board. Excited for Taka Hemingway though, bro. Taka Hemingway's been frying too, bro. Yeah, bro. It's not just pauses though, Alec M. It's like these long ass lunch breaks. Like they take a lunch break right in the middle of a press conference. All right, guys, time to take a lunch. Can't hit your 5th hour, dude. Fuck out of here, dog. What are the expectations for preseason game 1 against the Cards? Just to let some of the young players out there get out there, bro, and and get some reps, bro, and no injuries, bro. No injuries, dog. I will be live. I will be live for that game, bro, for sure. I will be live for that game. So make sure you guys come by and show love on the play-by-play. I'll be gifting out some memberships. He said we brought in Gay talking about turds. Tokyo Toe, please be the truth. Yeah, bro. Matt Gay sucks, dog. Matt Gay sucks, bro. All right, so get into the presser that I had lined up. We already listened to Rick Dennison talk this morning. We're going to listen to Jack Besh, see what his bum ass got to say. You guys want to listen to Jack Besh and what his sorry ass got to say? See what he got to say.
Hello, hello.
How's everything going? 2 days with the pads on. You're a physical guy. What would this do for you today?
Yeah, finally can play some real football. Finally put the pads on. A lot of the physicality of all the, that's one thing Coach stresses a lot. Offense, defense, to all the players. So for all of us,
that's why I do the post pressers,
really
guys. That's why I do these pressers post live, because I already know, bro. If you watch these joints live, bro, it's gonna be like it's gonna take like 3 hours to get through that shit, bro.
First times.
Like it's 31 minutes, bro. I waited at least 35 minutes this morning just waiting for that with fucking shield to stop spinning.
Unit and as a team, it's been a lot of fun.
What kind of growth do you feel like you've made from the leap you have from last year to this year so far?
Yeah, I think I should just shut off with the coaching staff and all the guys that have come in, especially a guy like Kirk Cousins, who brings so much knowledge into the offensive room. He comes in and he's such a good mentor for all of us. Just the knowledge he has of all the years he's played in the league. He's seen every look 100 times. So he's really able to coach us through different looks, different reads of what he sees, how he wants us to do different things. The players to the offensive coaches, we're all on the same page with everything he's saying. He wants us to see what Coach Kubiak and Coach Znoko are talking about. So, it's been really great to just have, some really awesome guys in here really leading us, not only as players but as men.
What do you have to do to take that next step into that starting lineup and get planted? We know you've got the skills.
He has to learn how to get open. That's what he's got to do. Is learn how to get open, bro.
Oh my God! God! Wow! Curious what you think that next step for you is.
Yeah, just keep fulfilling my role, whatever that may be. Being a physical blocker in the run game, catching balls over the middle, making contested plays. That goes for everybody. Everybody has to do those things. Everybody has to play their role, so we can, as a team, take this team where we want to go.
How do you fit well into this Clint Kubiak style offense? And what are kind of your things you're doing so far as you're still doing installs?
Yeah, no, it's been awesome. Coach Kubiak, I love the offense that they run, the whole system that they have, the different ways you can see different things and make changes throughout the plays. Again, like I said, just the knowledge that they have.
All right, so Arnie's got a question, bro. Arnie says, how much will starters play game 3? None, 1 drive, or 1 quarter against the Niners. So if I'm not mistaken, Arnie, I think game 3 of the preseason is pretty much just like what game 4 of the preseason used to be, which, the only guys that are going to get on the field in that 3rd preseason game, in my opinion, are guys that are on the bubble, guys that are trying to earn that roster spot. I think the majority of the starters we're going to, the majority, yeah, if we see any of the starters play, bro, it's probably going to be majority of game number 2. And I think even in the 2nd preseason game, if we see some starters, it's probably only going to be for like 2 series. So in game 3, I don't think we'll see any, bro. What up, Dark? What up, bro? Saludos. Jason Marshall said Rick Dennison talking shit to other staff why they couldn't make JPJ work. JPJ's been great. Yeah, bro. I'm excited for JPJ. I think a lot of us are. Really, with JPJ, it really just comes down to can he stay healthy. If he can stay healthy, I think a lot of us know what we got in JPJ. The dude's an animal. But like I said, the dude's got to stay healthy. So I'm excited to see if he's going to be able to stay on the field and stay healthy. Because if he can, JPJ can be a all-pro guard, in my opinion. But he's got to stay healthy. I adjusted my camera and it cut off. Of course it did. Of course it did. Of course it did. Sorry, guys. I'm back. I'm stepping back into the office. There we are. All right, there we go. All right. So let's see. He asked about the starters in game 3. Jason Marshall said Mendoza first preseason snap count, 1 series, full quarter, full half. I think we're going to get like a full half out of one of those games for Mendoza. If they don't plan on Mendoza being the starter, bro, I think we're going to get a half out of one of those quarterbacks, bro. Or I think what it could be is you might get like maybe a half of an entire half of Aiden O'Connell, and then maybe, the 3rd quarter you'll get all Mendoza, and the 4th quarter you'll get that undrafted kid. Now I think about it, I think that's probably how it's going to go. I think Aiden O'Connell will get the majority of the first string reps in the preseason because I don't think Kirk Cousins is going to play, and I think he'll probably play an entire half. And then the other two quarterbacks, Fernando and the other kid that we got, the other quarterback, I think will get a chance to get some reps, 1 quarter each. If I'm just predicting it. Boy, John Leon, what up with you, Brody? Camera looks a lot better this afternoon, bro. That camera was looking bunk this morning, gang. I ain't gonna lie. Ain't nothing like spending $200-300 on the camera, bro, and that motherfucker don't work, bro. That shit was pissing me off. I gotta get some backlighting for this green screen down here. You see how it's kind of dark? But I got some other lighting. I just gotta put it up. I haven't put it up yet, so let's see. What up, Raider Paul? What up with you, brother? All right, let's see what else we got. That's pretty much it, right? Mendoza should play a full quarter. Yeah, that's how I think it's gonna go. We the people for sure. Shout out to the 20 man. Hit the like button. We got 15 likes, bro. If you guys haven't hit the like button, double tap that screen. I appreciate you. Shout out to you guys for the 15 likes, so bro, it means a lot, bro. It really does. Appreciate y'all. Much love.
Have to be able to do all the things and run all the plays that they have.
Yeah, I'm in the office right
really
now,
great.
Doc.
I'm really excited for this year, and it's gonna be a really fun year.
How do you go about just handling your business, not worrying about any kind of outside noise, being a former second-round pick, obviously high expectations?
Yeah, I think it's just day by day. Coming here, you listen to what the coaches say.
Yeah, you got a whole bunch of expectations, Jack Besh. I don't think you're very good, bro, but I hope you prove me wrong, bro. I'll be the first one to be on here and say I'm lying if I didn't want you to be good, bro. I definitely want him to be good. I just don't see it.
The good, the bad, the indifferent. You go and each day you come.
Let me just say this, bro. If Clint Kubiak can't make nothing out this kid, I don't think anybody's gonna be able to, bro. To be honest with you.
It doesn't matter. If you have a great day, if you have an okay day, whatever it may be. Just each and every day, you just got to come in here. You got to put your head down. You got to go to work. And again, you got to put the team first.
Arnie, to answer your question, I think before his career's over, yes, he's going to end up playing tight end. And I don't mean he's going to be in the league for like fucking 15 years and have to convert to tight end because he gets slow. I think before he even becomes prime as a wide receiver, he's going to have to convert because I don't think he's ever going to be that good. So. But the thing about that though, is that if you convert him to tight end, bro, he's extremely undersized, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of a lose-lose with Jack Besh. That's what sucks, bro.
Play so far in training camp, as a year 2 guy, seeing a rookie come in, how have you been able to help him kind of splash on the field so far?
Yeah, no, for sure. Malik has been great. He's super fast, super twitchy. He's coming here, he puts his head down, he works super hard. He's super talented. He makes really good plays. He makes the big play. That's what we're counting on him to do, to come in here, to push all of us.
Who's he talking about,
in the
Malik?
receiver room, to just push each other,
Malik, right?
to grow. You got to go to work. And again, you got to put the team first.
Seen Malik Benson make a lot of plays so far.
Malik Benson's been balling, dog.
As a year 2 guy, seeing a rookie come in, how have you been able to help him kind of splash on the field so far?
Yeah, no, for sure. Malik has been great. He's super fast, super twitchy. He's coming here, he puts his head down, he works super hard. He's super talented. He makes really good plays. He makes the big play. That's what we're counting on him to do, to come in here, to push all of us, everybody in that receiver room, to just push each other, to grow and to be the best we can be each and every day we get out here.
You talked about, the coaches have talked about the competition within that receiver room. Specifically during the spring between you and Dante, how do you feel the two of you have kind of pushed each other going into year 2?
Yeah, I think it's been great. We were in here all off season in the building. Throughout the breaks that we've had. Not only putting in the physical work, but the mental work and the playbook and all these things, just so whenever we get out in the field, we can play as fast as we can. So it's been really great. We
need one of these, bro. If Jack Besh don't do something, bro, we need Dante Thornton, bro. Some of these dude, one of these wide receivers out of that draft class has got to show up, bro. We took 2 wide receivers and they both suck, bro. That shit's crazy. So look at the timestamps on this press conference, bro. Rick Dennison talked at the 14-minute mark, and then Jack Besh didn't talk to the 1 hour and 2-minute mark, bro. So they went 48 minutes, dog, with that fucking shield spinning, bro. That shit is crazy, bro. What up, Alfredo Saludos? What up with you, brother?
Like I said, everybody in that receiver room continues to push each other. We just can't wait to see where we can take this thing.
What have your impressions been of Fernando so far and playing with him?
Yeah, he's awesome. you know, what you get is what you see. You know, he's a super good guy on the field, off the field, has a super talented arm, super strong arm, super smart. You know, one of the first guys in, one of the last ones to leave. You know, always just trying to soak up as much
Yeah,
information
double
as possible.
lunches, Jason. That's
And
crazy,
it's just
bro.
been really awesome to play with him, to get to know him, and again to just keep seeing him grow each and every day.
It's your second year playing alongside Brock, but we're
Yeah, bro. We drafted Jack Besh to compete for a spot. He should have had shake my head. Luther Burden was there. Yeah, bro. I wanted Luther Burden too, dog. That's why when the Raiders kept trading back, I was like, oh yeah, we ain't getting no wide receiver. And then they took a wide receiver. They took a bum. Shout out to It's the Space, bro. Nice to see you. Besh knows the writing's on the wall, bro. Yeah, he's average as fuck, bro. An average may even be an overstatement, dude. He sucks. I mean, we'll see. We'll see, bro. I mean, I hope I'm wrong, but you know, I'm calling a spade, bro. From what I saw and from what I heard and from what I'm still hearing, he's not very good. So it is what it is.
seeing a lot more of those heavy set personnels with this Kubiak team.
16 likes,
How do you
man.
feel
Like
that
what?
helps your room and you specifically in the receiver?
Yeah, you know, I think it helps everybody. You know, I think these coaches are really good at, you know, getting the guys and their abilities to really show what they're good at, to show out on the field. You know, you just got to put your best guys out there, whoever that may be, and go out there and let them make plays because, you know, that's what is going to take this team to that next level. Like I said, the coaches have been amazing. You know, I think the big sets, especially with Brock in there, being like that tight end receiver, you know, I think it gives defenses trouble. Just don't really know how to play Brock. So, again, I just can't wait to see where we can take this thing.
We've seen you and some of your other rookie classmates, you know, going into year two being called upon for bigger roles this season. Just as a group, do you take pride in being able to make that next step and play a part for it?
100%. You know, it's a lot of hard work put in the dark. And we have, like I said, a lot of great coaches who come in here and who push us each and every day. You know, they're not scared to call you out on the good, the bad, or the ugly. You know, they just want you to be the best player you can be so this team can be the best team that we can be. And again, I think that, you know, coaching staff from top to bottom, really the whole building, you know, everybody's on the same page with that. And like I said, we just can't wait to, you know, we have a mission and we can't wait to go and accomplish that.
Sorry if I missed this, but what kind of culture would you say Clint Kubiak is establishing here and how much the players are buying into it?
Yeah, definitely a team-first mentality, a team-first culture.
Besh can always be our water boy.
And me, you know,
That's
out the
tough,
building
dude.
and just really focusing on the team first. You know, whatever coaches need from you.
You got a good point, Jason Marshall. A lot of Besh's catches last year, even though there wasn't a ton of them, a lot of his catches were coming on third down. So I mean, he showed a little bit of being reliable on third down, but I just didn't see enough to say that he's going to be able to do that consistently. You know, so still a little bit concerned.
That may be. You know, you got to go fulfill that role. You got to give it everything you got. You got to give shocking effort. You got to come out here. Doesn't matter if you're front side, back side of a run. If you're getting the ball on a pass, if not, you know, you got to go finish. And again, I think it's just that team culture, that shocking effort. You know, everybody on the same page and all 11 doing their part.
Okay, guys. Thank you, John.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Shout out to Arnie. Arnie said Jack Besh is a good blocker with good hands. His route running and separation are lacking with poor speed and no twitchy quick moves. You know who he reminds me of, bro? He just reminds me a lot of like a big ass Hunter Renfrow, you know, but the Raiders knew how to, John Gruden knew how to get the ball to Hunter Renfrow and find ways to get him open. It'll really come down to this coaching staff and how they utilize, you know, Jack Besh and, you know, scheme him open, because the reason why I make the Hunter Renfrow comparison is because Hunter Renfrow, after he left the Raiders, he pretty much didn't play again. I mean, he went to the Panthers there for that little short stint, really didn't do shit. I think, you know, if Jack Besh, once he moves on for the Raiders, I feel like his career might be over, just like how Hunter Renfrow was. And Hunter Renfrow was the same, you know, like he had good hands, you know, he was, but he wasn't twitchy and he had no speed, you know, so, but the Raiders and John Gruden, they found a way to, you know, get him on them option routes and them choice routes. And that was really what turned Hunter Renfrow's career around and made him one of the best receivers for the Raiders, just the way the Raiders utilized him. So it'll be interesting to see, nonetheless, how this coaching staff decides to use Jack Besh. Let's continue. What do you pay?
Is in, what are you seeing in terms of the development of the defense?
All right, guys, what's your guys' expectations for Kwity Paye this year? Are we expecting, a 10-sack season? Are we expecting, a guy that might not be good against the run or good against the pass, but is a good edge defender? Like, what's your guys' overall expectations for Kwity Paye? Drop them in the chat.
I think we've been playing good ball, coming out fast.
Me personally, I like Kwity Paye as a football player. He's like an overall just solid football player, but he's like a jack of all trades, master of none type player. But outside of that, I think he's solid. I'm not mad at the addition. Like I said, I can't control how much money they give these guys. And the Raiders had to hit that salary cap floor, so.
We're physical, and guys are just learning the defense more and more and just getting comfortable.
How do you feel you're fitting in?
Pretty well, I'm playing Sam, playing big end, playing some three, so I'm playing everywhere right now, and I mean, I love it, so yeah.
I've seen you work closely with Max Crosby and some individual
he's
stuff.
He's an interesting looking feller, dude. And I'm not trying to like check homeboy out or nothing, bro, but he's an interesting looking feller, dude.
Some things that you've been picking up from him in terms of your game.
Just seeing how fast he recognizes the play and just playing off of that, certain plays where we have to go in and dent, like he'll just go and
damn son, where'd you find this?
Just seeing how he processes stuff and just attacks the ball, it's been fun to see.
What's the interaction?
Just ask the player. Just ask the player.
Oh, it's been great. Robbie, he loves the player-led defense, so like he wants.
So we got is Besh a Benther grinder? No, I don't fuck with Jack Besh. Jason Marshall said for Kwity Paye 10 sacks minimum. Charm City said if he can stay healthy, he should get at least 10 sacks. Alfredo said somebody was saying if Kwity don't ball out, they're gonna call Kwity overpay. Let's see. Arnie said any thoughts on Zach Kuntz signing? Average, good, or excellent? I mean, he's all right. He's bounced around the league. He's had some production. I'm not mad at the pickup, bro. I'm definitely not mad. I honestly like Zach Kuntz more than I like fucking Ian Thomas, bro. So. What up, Nutty Raider Nate? Just win, baby, in the building, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just a lot of weird looking fillers. I'm trying to think of what he looks like, bro. It's like right on the tip of my tongue, but I can't think of it, bro. He looked like he's been hit by a shovel on the time. Oh, bro, what does he look like? It's like right on the tip of my tongue, dude.
Lead and everything like that. So in the meeting rooms is very.
Hey, shout out to 17 people, man. We're 2 likes from 20 likes. If you haven't hit the like button,
with the players talking, so yeah, it's been great.
How has that D-line, in particular, the conversation, the communication, not just on the field, but how is that relationship kind of budding?
Yeah, no, I think it's been great. Guys are more comfortable in the scheme now.
He does look kind of like Terrell Suggs with hair.
So right now it's really just revisiting everything that we learned in OTAs and just playing fast.
You guys have a lot of leaders on the team, but in particular a lot on the defensive side. How has that kind of come together as you guys try to plot out and figure out what's going to work best for you guys?
Yeah, I just feel like the young guys just see the old guys, like how we process stuff, and they just follow our lead, and coming out here playing fast, and not coming out here starting slow. It's been great.
How quickly were you guys able to pick up the we mentality and not the I mentality?
I think pretty fast. Even seeing Phil from last year, you're seeing guys out there like putting their body on the line for the team. So it was really no like drop off. Just seeing how these guys operate. Team first and everything that they do.
First time you've changed teams, so you kind of had a routine every year, and now kind of broke that this year. How did that go for you? And how did you kind of use that to springboard?
It's been new. Morning practice has been new for me, but honestly, I love it. I love how Clint is running the ship. Everything is with the purpose, and I just been loving it. So it's not really much get adjusted to. It's just more so just working.
Jonah was talking about the workouts that you guys were doing at like public parks and things like that this offseason. Can you talk about the work that you put in with him kind of preparing for the season?
Oh yeah, and he's been having a great camp too. So I'm proud of the work that he's been putting in this offseason as well. But yeah, no, we were working out at like 6:30 a.m. every day at we were at Sonata Park in Seven Hills or something. The first day I was
All right, guys, you guys got to go to
doing
Sonata
LV.
Park in Seven Hills, bro. That's where they practice at, bro. He just gave you all the sauce.
On the turf like noon, and my cleats just melted. I'm like, I could never do that again. No more turf. So we put on a grass field, and yeah, we just been working, and it's been great to see like how he developed over the off season, working on stuff that he had to work on, and just coming out here seeing how he's been working in camp. It's been great.
What are your impressions of Tonka Hemingway?
Oh man, he's been balling. He's been playing great ball, and if you ask anybody on the defense, they'll say the same thing. Tonka, he put in a lot of work this offseason. He got an award, for the defense, for the guys putting in the most work in the weight room. So
look at that, bro. Tonka Hemingway won an award by the Raiders for spending the most time and getting the most results out of the weight room, bro. My boy Tonka Hemingway in there putting in that work, chat. Tonka Hemingway's about to have a great year, bro. I think Tonka Hemingway might be that steal out of that draft, bro. Something tells me, bro, that kid, he's gonna be nice. He's got technique, he's got some aggressiveness to him, he's got a little bit of nasty to him that you like to see. And he's a big boy, bro, but in a good way on the interior defensive line, bro. I think once I heard in the offseason when Kwity Paye, was it Kwity Paye or maybe it may have been Thomas Booker, but they were like, they're like, so far in OTAs, what has stood out? And they're like, yeah, well, Max Crosby's obviously coming back from injury, and he's getting in there real early. And he was like, the first person I see in that locker room, in that workout room with him is Tonka Hemingway. You know what I'm saying? So, Tonka Hemingway, bro, putting in that work, and it's good to see, bro, because we're gonna need one of them interior defensive linemen to step up. I like Jonah Luwalu. I think there's some real depth at defensive tackle, especially if Tonka pads out. Because I like Jonah Luwalu. I like Adam Butler. I think Adam Butler needs to play a little bit better. I don't think he's really earning his paycheck. I think, the last couple seasons have been kind of average. But obviously, like I said, we got Tonka, we got Jonah Luwalu, we got Adam Butler. I think Pegues might be able to pad out, bro. He's from what I'm hearing, bro, he's looking like he's getting better. So it is what it is. I'm excited for the defensive tackle, Tonka Hemingway. See, but Arnie said, but to be fair, Jack Besh has only played straight up man with lots of zones on third down. I mean, he's a second round pick, bro. He should be able to win his matchup at least fucking the majority of his matchups being a second round pick. He couldn't even win the majority of his matchups. Jack Besh was struggling to create separation from Caillou Blue Kelly in training camp last year. That's how I kind of knew it was kind of, going to be a rough year for him. But, players can be developed. And like I said, if anybody's going to get the best out of Jack Besh, I feel like it's going to be Clint Kubiak. So Dark said Kwity can be a model if this doesn't pan out. Jason Marshall Pay is the D's nuts from, yeah, bro, that's what he looks like too. He looks a lot like that dude too, bro. That's a good one, dog. That's a good one. See what else we got here, bro. Arnie said little to none, but can overachieve with increased snaps throughout the season. No, I think, like I said, I think Jack Besh can get better. I just think that the writing is on the wall that he's just not very good, and cap your expectations for him. Hopefully, he can pan out. I just don't really see it, bro. No one outlives Deuce. Shouts to Deuce Gruden, bro. Shots of Roz. He said, what's with the Crosby rumors to the Bears now again? Yeah, that's just not happening, bro. We're not trading Max Crosby. That shit's out.
You see him every day in the building. One of the first people in the building, just working, wanting to get better, and you can just see it like in camp. Like he's been popping up on the field everywhere. A couple other young guys. Jonah, I said before, Kean Sloan has a motor. He's been out there balling as well.
Sloan been out there balling.
I'm really excited for this young group, and yeah, it'll be good.
I know you talk about we a lot with the team, but going into the season for yourself, did you have any personal goals or things that you wanted to achieve, especially with the new team?
Yeah, I think for me, man, I just got to put everything on the line, going into my 6th year
playing a lot of football, I feel like there's still a lot more for me to give, and I'm just excited for this defense, this scheme, different from last year.
I need you to
I'm
ball
just
out,
excited. Robbie's gonna dial it up. So yeah.
Can you elaborate on Kean? We've seen him get some opportunities for an undrafted guy. What his mentality and his skill set coming into this team.
You could just see it on the film. There's a couple guys that like just pop off the screen, and he's just one of those guys. The motor, relentless. Shedding, just wreaking havoc, and it's been fun to see. A guy like earning his spot, earning more reps in camp, and it's been great.
How challenging, but also how fun is it to be in a defense that's so multiple, where you're doing so many different things, and versatility is such a huge factor in what you can and can't do in this defense?
It's been really fun. I could play everywhere, really. So, and Robbie knows that. So it's been good to play some three, play some big end, play some Sam linebacker, and then versatility with other players too, like Quay.
Yeah, see, that's the thing about Rob Leonard, bro, is he's gonna have a lot of guys playing a lot of different spots because he's trying to figure out exactly what he wants to do defensively, bro, in terms of a scheme. I think he knows what he wants to do with his front four. But outside of that, the back seven, I think, is where, he's going to be, rotating a lot of guys in and out. I think that's why, the Raiders made it a priority that they got Quay and Nakobe Dean, because both of these guys are multiple in terms of the positions they can play. Like, they can both play inside. They can both play outside. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you're hearing the same thing. They got Kwity Paye. Kwity Paye can do the same thing. He can play a little bit on defensive end in a 3-4. He could play a little bit of a stand-up outside linebacker in a 3-4. He could get his nose dirty and run a 4-3 defensive end if he has to in a nickel or whatever. So there's a lot of things that a lot of these defenders can do on our team, and it's just going to come down to, once again, is how they're coached, how they're developed. And like I said, bro, that's really key, is how they have to be able to develop these players and get the best out of them. So Jason Marshall says defense has untapped potential. No, it definitely does, bro. I'm excited for the defense, dog. The mix in with the 3-4 makes it unpredictable. Yes, and the one thing about it, bro, is that it makes to where you could run so many different blitz schemes by making everything look the same. It's hard to send multiple blitzes, and make them all look the same in a 4-3, but you can do that. You can do that pretty good in a 3-4. So. Arnie said Hemingway is training with Max on a daily, bro. And yeah, that's why you're seeing now, like Kwity Paye said, bro, Tonka Hemingway just won an award for the guy who has, gotten the most work in the weight room. So excited for Tonka, bro. I think Tonka's going to be really good for us, chat. And shout out to the 16 people, bro. We hit 20 likes, bro. I appreciate y'all. Let's hit 25 likes, man. Let's see. Sal said, who was the defensive end that played a few years back, got sacks, was bad against the run? Yannick Ngakoue, I think, is who you're talking about, SoCal. So John said, how is Max going to fit in when he doesn't want to come off the field and can't cover? No, it's going to be some issues with Max schematic-wise, bro. But I think what they're going to have to do, John, is he's just going to have to play defensive end in a 3-4. Is it the best of scheme fits? No. But I think the Raiders can find a way to make it work, bro. So we have to, I don't think they're going to trade him. So they're going to have to find a way to make that work. I don't think he's an outside linebacker in a 3-4, but I think he can play defensive end in a 3-4 if they utilize him correctly, and he can 2-gap. So shouts to RN. He said, I'm excited week 1 Fins for the win again, and again, man.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No! No!
Look at this dude. Wait till you see the... No, 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 no.
Dolphins, bro. You good luck, bro. Y'all gonna need that shit. I ain't gonna lie, bro. So SoCal Sal said, yes, Ben, is Kwity like Yannick? Nah, Quity's more of like a run stopper. He's an edge. He's like an edge defender, bro. He's not like a pass. He's almost like the polar opposite of Yannick. Sal, if I'm just being honest with you, dog. Like Yannick was like a pure pass rusher. This dude's more of like I can pass rush, but I'm not as good as Yannick, but I'm definitely better against the run than Yannick. So like I don't know. I mean, I would honestly say maybe Kwity Paye might be a little bit better than Yannick, just because, you know, Yannick is so bad against the run. But he's hella good against the pass, bro. He's good as fuck. But what he lacks against the run and not being able to set the edge is why people, you know, a lot of teams pass on Yannick, is he's just terrible against the run, bro. Arnie said, Mac's going to have 16 sacks. Tonka, 14 sacks. Tonka plays interior nose and defensive tackle, bro. If he gets 14 sacks, bro, that would be insane. Kuntz going to have 9 sacks. Kwity Paye going to have 15 tackles behind the line of scrimmage and maybe 5 sacks. And Crawford going to get 5 sacks, bro. Shout out to my man, bro. I fuck with that, gang. I ain't gonna lie, bro. That shit was fire, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking my motherfucking language, chat. Let rock, bro. Let me get it in the chat. Let me get it in the chat. The Dolphins don't have nobody. I mean, I'm not trying to talk shit about Buddy, but the Dolphins don't have nobody. But, you know, like I had the homie D1 on the show the other day, bro, and he's right. Like, the Dolphins, regardless of what team's bad or anything like that, bro, like, both teams could be bad. The Raiders could be hella good. The Dolphins would be bad. The Dolphins always beat the Raiders. So, it's just one of them things where, you know, hopefully they don't, bro. But the Raiders losing week 1 to the Dolphins would be some Raider shit, bro. You talk about Raider shit, bro? Like, that's some actual Raider shit. So. Will Tyree Wilson sack Cousins on game 3 of the regular season? No. No. Tonka's the next Aaron Donald, bro. That would be crazy. That would be crazy, bro. I mean, anything can happen, bro. I feel like the late round picks, the cliche thing, and it's a fact, bro. I could agree with it, bro. They play the hardest, bro, because so many teams passed on them, you know. So I'm sure Tonka Hemingway's like, bro, I bet you insert name defensive tackle here, insert name defensive tackle here, that he believes that he's better than all of them, and all these teams took, you know, these guys before him. And, you know, that's just how it is in the NFL, bro. These players want to prove these teams wrong. That's the reason why, like, if Jermod McCoy's knee can truly hold up, bro, like, he's going to wreck the league, bro, because Jermod McCoy was supposed to make a lot of money, dude. He was supposed to be one of the top taken players in this draft, bro, and so many teams were worried about his knee. And if that knee holds up, bro, he's going to be a fucking demon in this league, bro. He's going to be a fucking monster. That's why I'm so excited for him, bro. And I like that the Raiders are keeping him on a pitch count, bro. We're not just trying to throw him out there with the ones right now, bro. Like, let him get in there, bro, and make sure that knee holds up. You know, let's get through this first preseason game. And if he's still, you know, his knee still looks good, there's no soreness or nothing, then let him run with the ones like in the second week of training camp. Like next week, let him try to sprinkle in a little bit with the ones. But don't rush him, bro. My boy Anthony Estrada, Sal, bro. Y'all know what time it is, gang. All right. Continue with the presser.
Been playing the dime, the wheel, the Sam as well. So, you know, just gives Robbie more options in his play calling. You know, he'll feel comfortable calling any call.
Was that something you would talk about when you were, you know, considering coming here? Is that, hey, this is an opportunity to play multiple spots? Is that appeal to you?
Yeah, I mean, just coming in, the scheme is something that really drew me to come here, and, you know, just Robbie being the DC and, you know, just wanting to come out here and play with these guys. So, yeah.
What's it been like going against these tackles? You've got like an established guy in Colton Miller on the left side, and then a guy who's kind of trying to ascend in DJ Glaze. What has that battle been?
You know, it's been great. You know, I feel like Colton for sure is still like a very underrated player. I think he's one of the best left tackles in the league. So, you know, being able to go up against him every single day is going to help me improve as a player as well. And then DJ's been doing his thing as well. You know, he balled in OTAs and, you know, just improving every single day in camp. So, yeah.
That's good.
Hey, appreciate you guys.
Here comes the Kobe. The Kobe Dean.
Hair ain't too crazy. My mama gonna say something about my hair being crazy. How y'all doing?
You can start whenever.
Kobe.
I think you said like it was a gut feeling for you to choose
Yeah.
to the Raiders over a competitive offer from the Dallas Cowboys. Just take me through that process and kind of like your decision to ultimately want to come to the Raiders.
Yeah, first of all, it's a blessing. You know, it's a blessing to even have the opportunity to pick a team, pick a contract that you want to take. But it was just, I just prayed on it. Just like when I was picking my school to come out of high school, go to college. I kind of prayed on it, and I couldn't go against my gut.
Being back on the field with Quay and Eric, kind of feel like you're back in Georgia a little bit. How much fun is that?
It's exciting. It's exciting, and it's like you got a couple guys on their second contract in the league. It's things that we talked about when we was at Georgia when we was 18, 19 years old. So it's definitely exciting, and it's great. We're blessed.
And Kobe, when you were coming out of high school,
Shout out to 20 people, man. Hit the like button. Where we at with the likes? We're 2 likes away from 25 likes, Chad. Hit the like button for your boy Benter.
a lot of people didn't know.
Yeah, he
this,
wore a
but
green dot in Philly.
You're highly intelligent.
He was the
you
guy
wanted to
in
be an
Philly.
engineer,
Yeah.
and you picked Georgia not because of football.
Yeah.
Right,
because
Sal?
they were the only school that recruited you through their engineering school, and now you are an engineer. How much is everyone talks about the brawn and the physicality of your play, but up here you're one of the smartest football players on the field. Would you talk about your mental part?
Let me clear it up. I haven't graduated just yet. I got a couple more hours. But the mental part of the game.
Hondo always dick riding.
Game is everything for me. You know, it's I feel like it's not only my great equalizer, it's my
Anthony Estrada said, if we get blown out or barely lose the Dolphins, more embarrassing than getting wrecked against the Panthers. Yeah, bro. That Panther game was pathetic, dude.
my
I was going to
superpower.
mention that Panthers game too, Anthony Estrada, when I said, you know, the Raiders would do some Raiders shit and lose the Dolphins, because look what we did to the fucking Panthers.
you know, training camp. I try to make it hard.
I ain't gonna lie, though. If the Panthers would have started Bryce Young in that game, we probably would have beat them. But they went with Andy Dalton. You feel me? And we all know Andy Dalton owns the fucking Raiders, chat. So we already knew. I almost felt like the writing was on the wall. They were going to beat us. The moment they're like, oh, yeah, the Panthers are going to bench Bryce Young, I'm like, yeah,
Don't
we
try
lost.
to scheme against our offense.
Arnie said, if we lose the Finns, it will be a long season. Top 5 pick gets Jeremiah Smith, wide receiver 1. And that's where I feel like the Raiders are going to be at, Arnie. I don't know. I don't think we're going to lose week 1. I think we'll be able to scrape through week 1. But at the same time, I do feel like the Raiders are going to be in that realm of a top 5 pick next year. And I do think that's going to be the pick. It's going to be Jeremiah Smith. That's who I think the Raiders are going to take next year. The Raiders are setting this up perfectly, dog. They're not going to rush Fernando Mendoza out there. If the Raiders stink it up this year, they're going to say, you know, Kirk Cousins had a bad year. He's an aging quarterback or whatever. You know, year 2 of the system, the plan was to sit Fernando. You know, in year 2, they bring out Fernando and they bring him out with Jeremiah Smith and Brock Bowers and Ashton Genty and Clint Kubiak and probably a couple new pieces on the offensive line, depending on how this year pans out with the O-line. So
I don't want to hear they call. I don't want to hear nothing. I want to be all pure instincts for when they get to the season. You can watch film on the team, and you can see tendencies of guys and or of a guy's play call. It make the whole game just kind of easier, make everything come by and just slow down.
Along those lines, Robbie, I take you through him out of the huddle a couple times. I guess, what is the mentality of the thought process there?
Oh, when you the mic, you want to hear him. You want to hear your coordinator talk. You know, you want to hear him talk to you. You want to hear how he gonna call the calls. You want to hear if he gonna just say the call and get out the mic, or is he gonna give you checks and everything. So you don't want him just in the huddle making the call. You want the team to hear you too. Cause I mean, I'm from Mississippi. I don't have trouble anymore, but I've had trouble before with guys not understanding some of the things that I say. So I want the guys to hear me and hear how I make the play calls and everything too.
Did it take time to develop that level of confidence of just being like, hey, like I got this, like I know, not here, I mean throughout your career, did you get to that level at some point?
Yeah, definitely. It was. You don't want training wheels. You want to, because you realize fast that the coach is not out there with you. Is y'all out there making the play? So yeah, you learned that fast.
I know you missed some practice time during like OTAs and then training camp. Just from a health perspective, how are you feeling right now?
Yeah, I feel good.
Great question.
Feel good. Ready to go.
What stands out? Sorry. What stands out about this defense?
Ready to go. That's all that matters.
How hungry we are.
He said, did you think it was going to be that bad? No, I didn't, bro. Arnie said, can you imagine Eric Stokes and Jermod McCoy to lock down both sides plus Teron Johnson? I believe the potential is there, Arnie. Like I said, I'm not going to sit here and act like the Raiders don't have the potential and there's not corners that can go out there and win their matchups like the Raiders have that. But it's just going to be tough with the first year defensive coordinator and, a lot of new faces at a lot of key positions. We have brand new linebackers, which, outside of the interior defensive linemen, they're kind of the heart and soul of your team. You know what I mean? We're going to have a new starting corner. If Darian Porter starts, he's going to be a new starting corner because he didn't start last year. Or any of these other guys start, they'll all be new starting corners. The slot corner is going to be a new starting corner. Depending on how the Raiders bring out Traydon Stukes is going to be a rookie safety. So there's going to be rookies in so many different positions. A lot of new faces in a lot of different spaces, bro. And I don't see it this year, but maybe year 2, year 3. I think the Raiders have some potential. So we just have to see. If like I said, bro, development is key. If the Raiders can develop these guys, I think the Raiders will be in good shape.
We hungry. Everybody, it's no, what's the word I'm looking for? No pride towards anything. Everybody can be held accountable. Everybody is being held accountable to not only do their jobs, but go above and beyond and try to work every day to be the best version of themselves. So that's the biggest thing. Everybody hungry, everybody intelligent, and yeah.
I guess in a couple days, practice goes. Like, how does that intensity change?
Of course, it's supposed to change everywhere. Everywhere in football, the intensity should increase when the pads come on. Different guys come alive when pads come on. A t-shirt and pants is not real football. So your love language got to be physical touch. So yeah.
In your experience, how do you carry that accountability into gameplay even when things aren't going well?
You gotta hold everybody accountable. You gotta, as far as carrying into gameplay, you gotta know your personnel. Is what I like to say. Know your guys. That's gonna be built through connection with the guys and everything like that. So you know your personnel and holding everybody accountable, because at the end of the day, we all just want to win games. I know I came here to win. So
type shit.
We all just want to win a game.
Shit, bro.
So whatever we got to do to win, we're gonna make sure we do that.
Just win, baby. You know the motto.
The defensive scheme for Rob Leonard's for you guys.
How would I describe it?
Without giving away too much.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to put it into words. It's a multiple defense where a lot of guys can do a lot of things.
What up, Abel?
He said he was excited to be kind of freed up a little bit from responsibility. What do you think that's going to kind of unlock in his game?
I think it's gonna unlock a lot. Me personally having a green dot before, then coming back and then not having a green dot. I seen the difference between being able to see different things when you're not worried about getting the huddle set, calling the huddle. You're being able to see the game a little bit from a different view, so to speak. So I think it's gonna unlock a lot for him personally, and I think it's great big things ahead for sure.
What stands out to you about Clint Kubiak as a coach?
How much of a football guy he is. You can tell how much he just, at the end of the day, he want everything to be, how much he pays attention to the details. He want everything to be up to the standard. He want everything to be up to the standard, because you can tell the only thing he want to do is win. So, I
love it, bro. Up to the standard, and the only thing that matters is just win. Bro, that's gonna have to go into my intro, dog. He said what can you tell us about Coach? Shit, he just holds us to that standard. What would you think that standard is? Shit, just win.
Coach, if I got a coach that only want to be, how much he pays attention to the details, he want everything to be up to the standard. He want everything to be up to the standard, because you can tell the only thing he want to do is win. So
that part.
If I got a coach that only want to do is win, and he pay attention to the details, then he can definitely be my coach.
Tight shit. That's gonna have to go in the intro, gang. I ain't gonna lie. He's like, I got a coach. All he cares about is winning, bro. That's where I'm trying to go. That part, bro. I've been I'm trying to say, bro, like that was one of the biggest reasons why I liked Clint Kubiak outside of, the obvious reasons, right? He's a great offensive coordinator. He's a quarterback whisperer, but when he sat down and had that opening press conference for the Raiders, I put it in the intro. They were like, well, why did you want to coach here? Like, this is the Raiders. This is a historic organization that has a ton of Hall of Fame players that's known for winning Super Bowls, and I want to get back to that. So I love that, bro. I love that kind of shit because at least these motherfuckers care, bro. And you can kind of feel it's genuine. We've had other purple people come up here and try to just, salesmen come up here and just try to finesse us and shit. I think a lot of this shit, bro, is genuine, bro. And I don't think Tom Brady would have brought in anybody that's disingenuous to what the Raiders want to do for their future. So I'm excited, bro. This is one of the main reasons why I'm excited, bro, because this team has a mindset. They have a plan, like we know it's not going to be great overnight, but the mindset is to get back to them winning ways and what makes the Raiders great. And, getting back to, shout out to my boy Rulis, gifted 10 jewels with the W's. You feel me? Shout out to my brother Rulis. Understanding that the Raiders are the only team in the league that they say that the NFL is better when the Raiders are good. You feel me? We're the only team they say that about. And people want to come here, and I said this before, bro. If you can turn around the Raiders, bro, your fucking name will be in like fucking the brightest lights, dude. Like in the NFL, bro, because the NFL's been begging for somebody to get the Raiders about this dumpster, bro. Like we had it twice with Gruden, whatever the Gruden issues the second time, bro. I'm not getting into that. Obviously, he had to resign. Then Jack Del Rio's name got put up in bright lights there for that little short stint. But the point I'm trying to make is, bro, is like you got to find a coach that truly wants to make the Raiders great again and embrace that shit. And I think that's the reason why I like John Gruden. John Gruden loves the Raiders, and he really wanted to get the Raiders back to greatness. If you guys don't know too much about Jack Del Rio, his family's from Hayward, California, and his grandparents were season ticket holders of the Oakland Raiders. So he had a mindset of, I wanted to make my grandparents' team great again. I want to give them something to root for, and you got to find those kind of people, bro. They're hard to find, bro. But if you find them, I gotta tell you, bro, they can turn your organization around. We've seen it fucking obviously few and far between with Del Rio and Gruden, but in 20 years, 23 years, that's it. But it can happen. You just got to find a coach that the entire team believes in. If you find a coach the entire team believes in, you'll have yourself a chance. Winning the locker room is fucking more than half the battle. You got to convince, a bunch of grown ass men. Yeah, Clint Kubiak's a grown ass man. He's an older man, right? But he's in there with other grown men. He's got to lead these men to war and convince these men that these kids, that they're good, but they're men, that they're gonna have to go out there and fight for everything, and nothing is gonna be given. And it's hard to find coaches that can win the locker room, bro. Winning the locker room is everything, bro. So if Clint Kubiak can convince these guys that he's going to turn it around, then the guys buy in, the guys believe, the Raiders will have a chance, But as soon as this locker room feels like, maybe wolf tickets are being sold, is the moment that you lose your locker room and you have no chance of winning. So
the biggest area of improvement you've noticed in Eric Stokes' game?
Stokes, man, from the time I've known him, since 2019 at University of Georgia.
Sir.
Man, you just kind of see, for me personally, looking outside in, you kind of see a guy.
Hey, Rulis, that's an Xbox avatar, huh? Like it was made on Xbox, like the older Xbox, huh, Rulis?
Like matriculated his game as far as being able to be a bumper run and be off corner as well. It ain't much he can't do as far as on the outside, and you can just see him continue to work to get better every day.
You're on a defense with a lot of young players. As a defensive leader on the field, how have you been trying to get those guys up to speed?
Holding everybody accountable. So getting them up to speed is not only holding them accountable, but also holding the guys who have played football accountable. So they can see that Nobody's
That boy got the Deshaun Jackson jersey on, the #1.
exempt from, including myself. Nobody's exempt from being corrected or needing to know what to do down in and down out.
Quay said early on that both were kind of surprised at how Max Crosby looks like he never had knee surgery. Just what's been your impressions of being teammates with Max Crosby and watching him practice?
Yeah, I mean, everything everybody say is true. Like he got a crazy motor. He never tired. He always going. When you think you might think that when you first get around, you might think that the energy he's bringing, like, okay, it's cool to bring the energy now, but then you see that he brings the same energy, same kind of swagger, same intensity and tenacity to the game every day. You can't do nothing but respect it.
All right, last one, guys. You see Brock Bowers coming across the middle quite a bit in coverage. Just how is he as a tight end pushing your linebacker group out there?
Oh, I give Brock all the praise in the world, even from like I said, days at Georgia when he came in as a freshman at Georgia. I know he made me and Quay and our whole linebacker group exponentially better, and he's doing the same here. He's only thing you gotta do is be yourself, and in practice and in the games, but in practice, him being himself gonna make us better as a linebacker core and as a defense.
Yeah, Brock Bowers so good, dog. All right, chat. That's pretty much it. I'm gonna tap out. Like I said, it's been pretty much dry training camp. They're not saying much, bro. They're not saying much in camp, guys. They're trying to keep everything, shush. But we coming out here. We're going live during the press conferences. I tried to do one earlier, bro. Raiders, y'all gotta knock it off with them long ass press conferences, dude. Them spinning shields that go on for hours. I mean, it was like 50-something minutes between, when Rick Dennison talked till when Jack Bech talked. And, that's unacceptable from, a PR standpoint, in my opinion. But at the end of the day, chat, I appreciate you guys as always. I set up a little desk. I was just fucking around tonight, guys. I'm on my day off. I'm getting ready for football, So shout out to all the members. I'm going to be giving away 10 members. Or 5 memberships during the play-by-play next Thursday. The podcast will be on Friday. This will be the last podcast till football, because obviously we're going to do the podcast on Friday, and then there'll be, football on Thursday, and then we'll have to recap it on Friday. So appreciate you guys. I see you, Death Knight, bro. Thanks for commenting on all my community posts, dude. Really appreciate it, Bubba. I'm super excited for the season, bro. Hopefully we'll catch you on one of these live ones soon, my friend. Depending on what we're looking like tomorrow, I'm probably going to do a Raiders simulation again. The Raiders have dropped 4 games in a row after losing a heartbreaking game to the Buffalo Bills, when Matt Gay kicked the ball out the back of the end zone and pretty much cost the Raiders that W. So I love you guys, bro. You guys know what time it is. Always, man, go Raiders. And I will catch you guys tomorrow. Every single day I'll be here, man. Football season's here. I'm here. Love you guys, man. You guys all take it easy. Peace.
They didn't have to say much. This is the Raiders, This is one of the most historic, franchises in the NFL with a great history that I want to be a part of. I want to be a part of furthering that history. When you say commitment to excellence, okay, and you look at the walls around here, you look at the players on this wall, and there's a history